This is one where I made a video and it was about how much YouTube has paid me over the 8 years that I've had a channel. Because people are always curious, like, well, how much did you make from YouTube? And with that, I wanted to basically, the thing I was trying to convey was if I was trying to live off the money YouTube paid me, I'd be broke, right? I'd be living paycheck to paycheck or whatever it might be. So I uploaded a bunch of branding photos of me. I said, please use the images attached to create a realistic photo of the same man on a white background using a fork to eat noodles out of a tin can. The can should have a white label on it and a YouTube logo, but nothing else. The fork should be black plastic. His face should look like he's slurping the noodles while making eye contact with the camera. His eyes should match the attached image with the mug, this one here. Be sure to make sure his head and hands are in the photo and not cropped out. And it came back and it gave me this picture. Pretty good, right? So I didn't have to go put a bunch of noodles. I didn't have to go find a can in my pantry, peel the label off, print a YouTube logo, wrap it on there, throw some noodles in, and take that photo. Not to mention set up lighting and find a plain wall and all of that kind of stuff. Now, this can looks a little bit weird. So I came back and I said, that looks really good. A few changes, keep the same man, but please remove the facial hair on the man. That it didn't do a very good job of. But I was using a photo from back when I had a beard and I don't have a beard anymore. Then I said, please change the shirt to be a dingy gray hoodie. So here I was wearing this nice, what does my wife call this shirt? Chambray, I think that's called. Nice blue button-up shirt. Also make the label on the tin can reach near the top and bottom so you can see just the silver rim of the tin can at the top and bottom like a can of soup. I've attached an image of a can of soup for reference. Keep the current white label with the YouTube logo on it. Make sure the man's full head, hands, and elbows are in the photo, not cropped. Make the full image a 16:9 ratio. So that's what YouTube thumbnails are, and at least 1280 pixels wide and 720 pixels tall. So it took this one here with the weird label and me in the blue shirt, and it came back and it gave me this dingy gray sweatshirt,
Wow.
soup label can with a YouTube logo, the whole thing. So yeah, isn't that cool?
I just can't believe you're not even doing that in something like Midjourney. You're literally just doing that in your actual wherever you're using ChatGPT, like Gemini or whatever. Like, and it's turning out really great
Yeah.
images.
Yeah, and the thing to know, the biggest tips I can give with this is one, I want to show you one more real quick, but tell it not to change the person, right? So you stay the same person. And then the other thing is the two tools that are working the best. This is in Nano Banana, which is Gemini's AI image generator. But as of this recording, a week or two ago, ChatGPT introduced a new image one as well. And we're still testing it, but it's really good as well. I don't know if anyone else can do it in that way. So that's where I would play, even if you're using a free account. This was one where, so I'm taking this now and I put it in Canva and then I make the rest of my thumbnail because it's
Yeah.
faster for me to do that than to go through and say, all right, move the man over to the right and add some text and this and that, and all these other things. But this one here, I designed this one in Canva and I wanted to make two of the three phone screens cracked. And I didn't know how to do that in Canva. So now with this, you can do things you don't even know how to do other places. So I just basically said, this has three phone screens. Please make it look like the second one. And the third one have a crack in the screen. Don't change anything else. And it came back and did that. So it's
Wow.
really cool what you can do now with thumbnails. You're not limited by budget or time in a lot of ways. And the right thumbnail is the thing that is going to get you, far more clicks. And the other thing to know about thumbnails too is the more somebody clicks on your video, like 10% more clicks can lead to like 400% more views. Because if people keep clicking on your video, then YouTube will keep putting it on the homepage, in the feed, in the sidebar, all of these different places.
This is amazing and so interesting. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. This is great.
All right, I'll keep going. So, next up after that is I look to do script writing. And this is something really important to know with this. I never use AI to write a script for me, and I don't think anybody else should. And the reason is that no matter how well you train it, it's very unlikely to either A, sound just like you, and B, I don't believe in scripting videos word for word anyway. Because even if you are really good and you have a teleprompter, I still think if you are ad libbing it line by line and editing the pieces together later, it's going to come out better than if you read the script. Again, even if you're a professional and have a teleprompter and all of that. So, I like to say I don't use AI to tell me what to say. I use it so I don't stare at a blank screen. So what I use AI for with script writing is I use it to organize my thoughts. And so let's open a new chat GPT. Oh, actually, let's go back and check on okay. So the deep research is still going. I was going to say, let's check out on our deep research, but that's still running. So we'll leave that go. Let's open a new chat GPT window. And I actually built a custom GPT that I use with my clients, but I think anyone can absolutely train chat GPT to teach it to write scripts in the way that they want. Okay. So I'm going to just hit record down here and I'm just going to ramble an idea for a video and then let it do its thing. Okay. Just to give you an idea of what this can do. So, all right. So I am a course creator and I teach public speaking. I want to make a video about why picture the audience naked is terrible speaking advice. My audience is thought leaders and coaches that want to grow their authority and get better at speaking on stage. And so what I would talk about in this video is I'd talk about where the audience naked advice came from and why we still hear about it. Then I would also talk about why doing that actually backfires and creates distraction and awkwardness when you're trying to speak. And then I have a framework called the one person method that I would show, which is all about speaking as though you're talking to one engaged friend. And then I would also talk about how focusing on connection beats performance anxiety. So I could tell a story about how in my first keynote, I tried the naked audience trick and completely lost my train of thought. And then later I practiced speaking as though addressing one close friend, and it worked way better. And it's worked that way for my clients, including one of them who got a TEDx talk that has gotten thousands of views. So, and then strong opinions, I would say probably my strongest opinion on this topic is that most public speaking advice is recycled nonsense that can do more harm than good.
If you want to watch the entire episode, click here. And if you want to watch more episodes like this, click here.